Anime Adventures is currently the biggest tower defense game on Roblox. And although they weren't exactly an overnight success, with a lot of their popularity being accredited to the fact that they were absent for about a year or so off of the Roblox platform, it's still undeniable that the numbers on this game are absolutely insane. In an era where we thought anime tower defense games to have one foot out the door, Anime Adventures has single-handedly revitalized the genre, proving that there very much is still a demand for these types of games on Roblox. But that just begs the question, why? Why does Anime Adventures have over 100,000 players every single day? What sets this game apart from all the others within its genre? How has it single-handedly managed to beat all of its competition by a mile? Well, that's exactly what we're going to discuss in today's video, so let's get started. Before the video starts, I'd like to make two little quick disclaimers. Number one is that the clip that I just used wasn't mine, it was another YouTuber's called Basu Games. His link is in the description, so show him some love, he makes some great content. And if you look at the thumbnail of this video and you recognize it, it's probably because you've already seen it before. So once again, shout out to Bedsheet Ghost. He makes some really incredibly good high-effort Roblox content, so I definitely recommend you go give him a watch. His link will also be in the description. With all that out of the way, now we can get started with the video. Anime Adventures is a game that's far from perfect. In fact, upon a closer look, in a vacuum, this game would probably not stack up with some of the other things that the competition has. For example, they don't have as many quality of life features as Anime Vanguards. They're not as free to play as Anime Last Stand. Their events are honestly not as good as Anime Reborn's. Little side tangent here, but the way that Anime Reborn executed their winter event was probably one of the best executed events that I've ever seen out of any anime tower defense game. So, despite the fact that Anime Adventures is lacking in some categories, why does it still claim its spot as the #1 Roblox tower defense game on the platform? Well, I think the answer is very, very simple. Anime Adventures is Anime Adventures. Now, stay with me. I know that reasoning might sound a little dumb, but here's what I'm trying to say with that. Anime Adventures came about in a time where anime tower defense games were still somewhat in their infancy. Yes, we had stuff like All-Star Tower Defense, which were extremely popular at the time and really put a lot of people onto the whole genre of tower defense with anime characters. And one thing that was missing from All-Star Tower Defense was just that next step, that next generation of graphics and VFX that would really push them to the next level. And that's where Anime Adventures comes in. When they came out, they were, at the time, the highest quality, best looking, most polished feeling anime tower defense game on Roblox. And to this day, even after their re-release, they stack up pretty well with a lot of the competition present day. So we've established that the game looks good. This, coupled with the fact that the only other alternative players had was All-Star Tower Defense, really gave Anime Adventures a spot to shine in the limelight. And with that, players were hooked. Upon its release, we saw a lot of YouTubers start covering content on the game, some of which really got big off of Anime Adventures, and they are still active and posting to this day. These YouTubers further perpetuated the notion that Anime Adventures was here to stay, and we were going to be playing it for a long time. But all good things must come to an end, and we did meet the unfortunate demise of Anime Adventures when it was taken down by GameFam for its My Hero units. But this was not the end for Anime Adventures. A lot of players felt a big gaping hole in their chest now that they could no longer play their favorite anime tower defense game. No matter what happened in the meantime that they were down, there was one thing that never changed, and that was the personal connection that players felt to Anime Adventures. There are some things that you simply can't code into your game, and the aspect of time is one of them. Although Anime Adventures was absent for well over a year, I want to say, and this never changed the fact that Anime Adventures still left a unfillable hole within the tower defense community. No matter what people played, it never replicated the exact feeling of Anime Adventures. People were still aching and yearning to play with their units once more, and even though they would go on to play different games that would come out at the time, namely Anime Vanguards, Anime Reborn, Anime Last Stand, none of them could perfectly replicate the feeling that Anime Adventures gave them. And that's another thing that I want to talk about in this video. Anime Adventures has the one thing that all of these other games that I've mentioned just unfortunately will never be able to have, and that's a personal connection. There are some things that you just can't code into your game, and the aspect of time coupled with the fact that people played that game over and over ad nauseum for hours on end really cemented the fact that people felt that personal connection to anime adventures. And that's something that a game simply can't replicate. It really is just a matter of how long the game's been out and how long they've been able to garner a community. The ongoing debate that anime adventures succeeded purely off of nostalgia and that they're not as good as some of their competitors is a debatable stance that you actually could prove. I could look at anime adventures right now and point you out some things that they are lacking in and could definitely improve in. In fact, Anime Adventures isn't even my favorite anime tower defense game. For me personally, it's Anime Vanguards. But no matter what your personal opinion may be, the fact of the matter is the numbers don't lie. Anime Adventures is the biggest tower defense game on Roblox, and that's not even singled out to the anime tower defense subgenre. Just any tower defense on Roblox gets beat completely by Anime Adventures. So you have to wonder, what are they doing right that other games are doing wrong? And after thinking about it for a long time, I've thought of 3 factors that really can be accredited for the absolute success that this game has gotten. The first one I already talked about, a personal connection. When players form that personal bond and connection with your game, they really become diehard fans of it. And their loyalty to Anime Adventures has been proven time and time again. They were the most popular anime tower defense game back then, and they are the most popular right now. The second reason that I can think of is the fact that Anime Adventures is hard. And before you go into the comments and tell me that Anime Adventures is baby difficulty and that it is basically just a glorified slot machine for toddlers to play, here's what I'm trying to say. Anime Adventures is difficult not in the way that any type of Souls-like game is difficult. Anime Adventures isn't hard in the way that a competitive multiplayer game might be hard. No. Anime Adventures is difficult for a tower defense game because it's unforgiving. You don't have a lot of trait rerolls at your disposal. Evolving your units is a pretty long and grueling grind, especially if you're trying to grind out those star materials and you keep getting the ones that you don't want and you have to wait another hour to get them again. They're hard in the way that you're forced to do a lot of activities with other players in order to get some of the evo materials for your units. To progress in Anime Adventures, whether you like it or not, there will be a point in time where you have to play with other players, and it's not going to be as easy as just snapping your fingers and being able to evolve your unit or do X stage in the process of evolution. No. Anime Adventures is difficult in the sense that it forces players to cooperate. It creates an underlying sense of community and connection with the game, even though the grinds in Anime Adventures can feel really boring, monotonous, and sometimes pointless to a degree. It's that very same feeling that makes it so much better when you finally meet your goal. I've told this story before, but I'll say it again. One unit that I will never ever forget in Anime Adventures is Escanor, or Pride the One, or Hubris the One, whatever they want to call him now. That unit will always be in the back of my mind. It is literally ingrained into my brain because I remember how absolutely horrible it was to have to evolve him. I had to grind out the kills, I had to get the sunshine, I had to get the materials, I had to go to the legend stages, and frankly, I did not like that process. That process really felt like a chore, but it just made it feel so much better. It made it feel that much more rewarding when I finally evolved him, and I see him sitting in my inventory to this day. I feel a little sense of accomplishment that I was able to go through all of that. The last thing that I would accredit their popularity to is the sheer amount of content that this game has. It's been out for well over a year now, and they've had plenty of time to put updates into the game, and that's one thing that they definitely have a leg up on against the rest of the competition. The sheer amount of story modes that they have is more than double of any other anime tower defense game, except maybe ASTD. I'm not too sure, I don't even play the game, but what I'm trying to say is Anime Adventures has a lot of things to do. You have the daily challenges, you have the story modes, you have the legend stages, you have the hourly challenges, you have tournaments, you have the events, you have the units to evolve. You have all of these things that come together to give you a pretty long checklist of things to do. And if you're one of the players that loves grinding and really gets immersed in these types of games, it's another one of the reasons that it's as popular as it is, because this game will be perfect for you. The sheer amount of grind that there is to do is just bountiful, it is plentiful. And with that, I think I'm done with today's video. Before I end the video off, there are 2 things that I want to say. Number 1, go check out the people that I linked in the description. They are some great content creators, and I definitely think that they're worth a watch. Second of all, there's a message that I've said on this channel before, but I'll say it once more. Don't let people's opinions influence your enjoyment of a Roblox game. And this can apply to Roblox in general, but I'm just going to talk about anime adventures and anime tower defense games specifically. The anime tower defense community is very, very opinionated. It is a very passionate crowd, to say the least. And a lot of these arguments and debates over which game is better, which game is worse, oh, this game sucks, oh, I hate this game, or if you're not playing this game, what are you doing? They're pointless. Because at the end of the day, enjoyment is subjective. And personally, Anime Adventures isn't even my favorite tower defense game. I already said that in the video. Even though my favorite tower defense game is Anime Vanguards, I can still look at Anime Adventures objectively for what it is. And yeah, it is sort of a gambling sim with a lot of greedy monetization, pay-to-win mechanics that incentivize children to spend more money on the game, as is every other anime tower defense game on the platform besides maybe Anime World Tower Defense. I hear people tell me that's a little bit more friendly to the consumer. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. What I'm trying to say is, like whatever game you want to like, enjoy whatever game you want to enjoy. Life is too short to worry about what other people have to say. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content. Let me know in the comments what your favorite anime tower defense game is, and we will catch you in the next one.